That's not the right Sabres jersey for this matchup. You're close.
Oh, I lifted. Missed opportunity here.
Womp womp.
Cancel the show. We're done.
How do we not get canceled yet? Next on Ugly Thirds.
Phil.
Welcome back to another episode of Ugly Thirds. Today's topic is Winter Classic worst looking matchups. John and Shrimps, take away.
Here we are. Take it away, Phil.
Is this a toilet collar? I like this jersey, but
it's when you're in a public restroom and you don't want to sit on the toilet seat, so you pull one of those little things out of the thing.
It's a huge collar.
Yeah, that thing's gigantic.
It does. I mean, the white
You
shirt
look like
doesn't
a
help,
nun.
but like, well, I mean, combine this with the Vegas jersey, and you got Catholicism on ice.
Yeah.
Anyways, you don't like Catholicism on ice? That's too far. That's where you draw the line. A confession after this. So we looked at the worst overall jerseys, individual without. This is the worst matching of them. Not necessarily that they're the worst, but the two together made for a bad looking game.
I think I follow you.
That individually these jerseys might be fine.
Okay.
Together, not the best viewing experience. I think this the third worst is a perfect example illustrating my point.
All right. Can I put them on the hangers?
Can you, though?
Okay, fair point. What do we have?
Oh, there's a bold pick. Okay. Both of these jerseys, individually, are excellent. This is amazing. This should have stuck around more. Everyone loves brown. It's gold when the Bruins always wear black. People even like the logo and the felting. The Flyers, they wore this jersey after this for a very long time. It's based on their original jerseys. What's the problem? Well, first off,
that's the problem.
Let's look at the game, Phil. All orange all the time. Like, it is the same color in different shades. It was extremely bright. And the Flyers weren't stepping outside the box at all. They were simply fixing their edge garbage. But, like, it vibrated the entire time because of just how similar in color tones is what's happening here.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Both jerseys, great jerseys, individually. This isn't a great Winter Classic jersey because it's what the Flyers would wear. But like in hindsight, it's a terrible jersey. At the time, this was like, oh, finally they're doing something right, and then they'd keep this look.
How have we not done the Quakers look with the Flyers? Like,
right?
Honestly, this is a dopey looking bee. Like, what
It
Comic Sans did we pull out for that?
The first spoke bee ever was for their 25th anniversary, and it had the 2449 on it for the 25 years, and it looked exactly like that.
So they did the assignment.
So they did, and that's just it. It's a great faux-back, pulling from different things. The brown is from the one era, the shoulders is from another, the B is from a, like, they put together something good, but then it's got to fight against all this orange and white.
Yellow
and the vintage white versus orange, and just like there's a lot. But you're right. Why we haven't had this with Flyers across it? Really? They were an awful team, but
we've had this abrasive orange with the Flyers logo on it for that Stadium series.
I like these stripes. I do like these stripes. Royal Retros. It's could be worse.
Not bad.
Hib Milks. Anyways, it just together it vibrated.
It doesn't work.
Together they were worse.
I was gonna do that. All right, I'm gonna do the next one. Unless I can concuss, then you'll have to do it. All right.
More controversial picks. Less controversial though. This also wasn't the easiest thing because there aren't a lot of terrible looking Winter Classics.
No.
You can put it through there and have it a little higher.
Oh.
Secrets of the trade. Phil, do you remember what year this was?
No.
I know you just looked into it.
2014.
2014, he says. very blandly.
Wait, no, 20. That says 2016 on the patch, though.
It's 2016. Good work, Phil.
I swear I said 2014 on that.
Now, these two just did not play well together. It's the black, the bright white with bright colors versus very, very dark looking colors.
Picture?
If you could grab a jersey off the back of that door, the Canadian sweater.
Okay, I'm leaving.
That just like this game to get like the whites are so bright. That one. And the complete darkness of the Bruins, which is based on their original jersey. And just how bright these Canadiens ones are. It doesn't play well together.
Not and this is a good
back,
pitch for that vintage white. Like if you change this to a vintage white, it changes the complexion of that game.
And I think in part because of the huge contrast between these, that would have softened this color a lot.
Okay.
I think so. But look, and that's not to say this is a bad jersey.
What is this?
So
love that stitching, by the way, for a Reebok.
Well, I mean, let's look at this number kit real quick because Phil got this and I was blown away. I had no real interest in this until I saw. Get in jersey cam on, especially this name, Phil. I want to show the
Look
depth,
how raised
how
that is.
thick it is.
That's crazy.
There we go. Like that is layers on layers on layers, and this isn't much worse. Like there's a lot happening in there. So,
but this globe, like, what is that thing?
So, in 1924, the Canadiens won the cup, and they wanted to show themselves as the world champions.
Such an old-timey thing to do.
Oh, yeah, doing this now, you'd be destroyed. You get your one game for the banner raising, and everything after that, you are... And so, they moved their logos to the sleeves, and they wore the globe. And so... Is this the first reverse retro where they swap the colors and swap the logos? Like the world is now on the sleeve and updated. It's a much better map. Good ideas. And so this is the Bruins. Their original look. But it was brown. It was like the bear. The whole thing should have been brown. I think that you make this thing brown, you also have a way better game just because it's less contrast between the two.
Fair.
But both teams, neither one made the move to match the others enough.
Okay.
I think these both were designed in a vacuum, and no one really saw them together, and that's the problem.
Oh, I was gonna do. Okay.
We gotta be quicker than that.
So I didn't find anything about why they don't use Quakers, but the Quakers had the worst NHL winning record.
Yeah.
For 45 years.
Yes.
Until Washington?
Until Washington.
What was that?
That was by a percentage.
Oh, okay.
444 and 10?
4... I had it. Where did it go? 436 and 4.
Okay.
You were so
and
far
then
off.
Capitals finished lower. So that was a 1.136.
860 and 12?
It doesn't tell me what the Capitals won, but their winning record was .131.
You work on that.
Some dark days. Number one.
The
least one. The
worst
matchup. Pittsburgh. Did the Bruins just play in every Winter Classic? We just haven't realized it?
Okay. And they put together some bad jerseys. Well, not necessarily bad jerseys. They don't play well with others. Boston, before you flame us for putting Boston in every one of these, because, have you noticed?
I have now.
That Boston doesn't play well with others? And tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong that Boston plays well with others. That's what I thought.
It's a monitor. It can't talk back.
They will. Phil, can you show the picture? Did we show a picture of the last one?
We sure did.
Also, Capital season 867 and 5.
I had the number of wins right for both of them.
So far off. That's terrible to look at. The helmet kills it for me. Man.
It is so much black and gold. And usually you'd think that's a good thing, but you want some contrast.
blends it with the
some
jerseys.
balance.
There's no balance in that game. I don't like this jersey. I've had chances. I don't buy it. And it's not just because Crack Bear, because it's actually better than the 90s one with the sleeve. Like, they've toned it down. And as much as I like some of the weird stitching, the thought was, what if we found a jersey way back in the hallways, the back hallways of the arena? This was just found there from the 30s. This would be it. That was their logic. And so it's rough and tight. Like get in here on some of this false stitching. Well, I mean, it's not false stitching, but there's no reason for it. Like,
It's aesthetic.
it's aesthetic. Yeah, purely aesthetic. Just like, oh, look, there's repairs to it. And then so this is based on the NHL Pittsburgh Pirates, which was the first NHL team in Pittsburgh, 1925 to 1930, and they literally never mentioned that in the broadcast. They showed the Penguins players showing up in Pittsburgh Pirates baseball uniforms to match the baseball uniforms the Boston Bruins showed up for the Red Sox.
I'm going to say 99% of the people outside of Pittsburgh watching this game have no idea that the Pirates were a hockey team.
People in Pittsburgh don't know the Pirates were a hockey team.
Fair.
It's such an obscure thing. It's before the original Six era. It's actually there's decent stories to it, but everyone's just like, oh, the Depression killed them, and just left it at that. And it just there's nothing really going on here. It's the NHL Pirates wore a sleeve patch that was borrowed from Pittsburgh police uniforms. Am I not going to be able to find it? Talk about like working under pressure here.
Talk amongst yourselves. Or look for this.
It's this Pittsburgh City crest, and I'm not going to be able to find it. Where is it? And they did not choose to use it. They just did not. They ignored it, and there was no good reason for them to ignore it. That's embarrassing. How embarrassing. This has been a bad episode for me as far as my moments. I gotta work on organizing. Do you know a guy who maybe can like work me up a spreadsheet?
I do.
So
it's Phil.
There's a twist.
He's on the Ponderosa website again.
They didn't do well in promoting this, in putting the details together, and it looks bland. And I have a hat with this on it, and I wear it and be like, oh, it's a Pittsburgh Pirates hat. It's like, well, technically.
Let me stop you there, fella.
But like no one actually know, like, oh no, it's actually the Winter Classic hat, and they're like, huh. Like they're not even interested. It's that bad.
In hindsight, you lean more into the Hornets than you do the Pirates because there's that confusion and crossover now. Like, there was a point where you can buy directly from the Pittsburgh Penguins store this jersey for $49.90.
Oh, that I did. I got an Adidas one because I had a Fanatics one, and the number kit on the Fanatics is actually better. Is that coming off?
Yikes.
Oh
Is
my
that
God.
mine?
No, it's mine.
I was gonna say,
Calm down,
I
Phil.
actually haven't
He's
worn
greedy.
Wow. No, I did. I went and bought the Adidas one, and I'm actually more disappointed.
$49.99
Just as a backup.
goes to show you how poorly it was promoted and overproduced it was. Yeah.
So, it's not egregious in and of itself. It's not like it's like vibrates and hates your eyes, but together, it was really bad. So,
Oh, I was going to do that.
go ahead.
Got it.
Hey, Shrems, I'm John. Let us know in the comments. Go ahead, Boston. Come at us. Phil, take us out.
He's on Ponderosa's website.
Yeah. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button, and ring the bell to get notifications when we post new videos, and come back for another episode of Ugly Thirds.
Stop it! I just did that. Okay, Phil. You can